Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast. It's me, your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. And I'm here by myself today because this is something that has come up for me quite a few times with some of my clients recently, and not just with clients, but in various aspects of my life. And it has to do with exactly what the title of this episode is, which is the busy myth. Now, as your direct sales dom, if you've been listening for a while, and I know some of you have been because some of you reached out to me and we've had conversations, and I know you've been listening for a while. So you know how I feel about you as your direct sales dom. You're dominant. I love you guys. I want the best for you. And so it's time we talk about this. This is the pink elephant in the room. This is the thing we've got to call out right now before we allow this to take our business down. I care about you guys. So this is a hard thing to say, but let's get it out of the way. We are all fucking busy. All of us, right? So let's call busy what it really is. This thing that we call it to be all the time. Number one, it tends to be an excuse. When it comes to our business and we say things like, I'm too busy too. And I know we have family things, we have our job things, we have friend things. And I know I'm releasing this episode right smack dab in the middle of frickin' holiday season. But it's an excuse. It's an excuse that lets us off the hook because, well, I'm busy, but so's everybody else. But you know who rarely claims they're busy? The people who are fucking killing it in this business, right? The people who are just putting in the sales every single week, recruiting every single month, building a team, leading a team. They are just as busy, if not more so, than we claim to be. So where does this excuse come from then, right? So if it's an excuse, because we all know we make time for what truly matters. We really do. We make time for what truly matters. So what's holding us back? Why do we allow ourselves to use busy as an excuse? It's fear. And there's two kinds of fear. Fear of failure, which is the most common, right? Well, if I go ahead and procrastinate and call myself busy, well, so's everybody else. And if I don't succeed in this business, well, then I'm average, just like everybody else, because 90% of us don't make it in this business anyway. And so, yeah, we take comfort in the fact that we're not above normal, that we fit in with everybody else who is also not killing it in this business. The second fear is fear of success. But if I do that, if I'm too good at it, then I'm going to have to live up to something. And that's hard too. But again, we make time for what truly matters. So what this tells me is, first of all, you haven't found your why, right? And I know we talk about this all the time in the business. I know you've heard about it. You've probably watched Simon Sinek's Start With Why. If you haven't watched it, go watch that on YouTube. It's probably one of the top downloaded YouTubes ever because it's a great conversation, but it's just the start, right? Because the one thing that I know people don't do when they address their why, it's their why is they want to pay off student debt. Their why is they want to pay for their kids' college. Their why is they want to go on vacation every year. And you know what? They're just not digging deep enough, because if you really truly had your why, nothing would stop you from doing whatever it took to succeed in this business. Nothing would stop you if you really knew your why, if you dug deep enough and really truly addressed it. So how do you get to that why? Well, the way you do it is say, okay, so when people ask me my why, and I want you to grab a piece of paper if you're not driving right now. If you are driving, pause this episode. When you get to where you're going, do what I'm about to tell you to do. Okay? Grab a piece of paper and write down your why for this business, whatever that why is. Why did you start this direct sales business? What is your purpose for doing this? And then ask yourself, why is that important to me? And write down the answer. So you are doing this because you want to start a college fund for your kids. Why is that important to you? Because I want my kids to be well-educated, well-rounded human beings. I want them to go to school, whatever, right? Whatever your answer is to that, right? Why is that important to you? And you're going to keep asking yourself why until you have a visceral body reaction to your answer. That might mean you feel a kick in the gut. It might mean that you get a lump in your throat and you can't swallow. It might mean you start crying. It might mean you get full body goosebumps. Everybody has a different full body reaction to their true why. But until you have a body reaction to why is that important to you? And now why is that important to you? And just keep asking yourself that over and over and over again. But why is that important to you? Then you are going to make time for what truly matters to you because you'll know your why. But once you know your why, you're still thinking to yourself, but Jennie, I don't have time. Yeah, you do. I'm willing to bet there's a portion of you who are listening right now who think you're the only one in your house who can and or will do the dishes, the laundry, the cooking, or the cleaning right. What if you empowered your family to start doing it? Because, when you started doing the dishes and doing laundry and cooking and cleaning, willing to bet you didn't do it right the first time or the second time, but you learned. And until you get them involved, they're not going to do it right either. But delegate some of those things to them. You don't have to do everything. But Jennie, I don't have time. Willing to bet, if you looked at what you do every single day, there's a portion of your day spent scrolling Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok endlessly. You know how I know that? Because I'm one of those people too. So instead, make a list of what you want to do on the particular platform that you're going to go open up on your phone or on your computer. Go to that platform and do what it is you're going to do. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes for each platform, and that's all you get to go do. If you finish what you were going to do in a few minutes, you can scroll until the timer goes off. So you still feel like you got to connect with your peeps or see what was going on in the world. But you also got your thing done. The thing you were supposed to do, you got it done. Now, the most important thing in all of this, and you've probably heard me say it before, and if you haven't, you're about to hear it for the first time and not for the last time, because you will hear it again in future episodes. I'm sure of this. Schedule time to work on your business, not just in your business. And you do not let anyone else take up that time unless it's a true emergency. Because your business matters, especially now that you have your why. Now that you know what it is that's truly driving you to get to that thing, whatever it is for you, work on your business, work in your business every single day. It could be 20 minutes a day. It could be 10 minutes a day. Frankly, it may be that all you do that day for your business is go put a smiley face in the comment section of something that your leader posted in a Facebook group for you so that she could pour into you some tidbit of information. Let her know that you read it. Please. She's doing that for you. She's not doing it for her or him. Just go put a smiley face. Let him know you read it, or say thank you, or give him or her your big takeaway from whatever it was that they just shared with you. That can be part of the time that you work on your business, is letting your leader know what's helpful to you through those groups. And the last thing I want to share with you on this, and as you can tell, I'm kind of slightly passionate about it here. Instead of saying I'm too busy, instead, in the future, say, I choose not to prioritize. Fill in the blank. So if you say, I'm too busy to call my customers and do follow-up calls, I choose not to prioritize my customers. That probably felt like a kick in the gut, didn't it? Instead of saying I'm too busy to call my team members, or I'm too busy to call someone and offer the opportunity to them, I choose not to prioritize offering the opportunity to somebody. Because you're not too busy. Everything you do in life is a choice. What are you choosing to do with the time you have and the results that you would like to achieve? Choose your priorities. And be honest when you're choosing not to do them. Now, I know this was a pretty impactful episode. As I mentioned before, this is something that I'm really kind of passionate about because it drives me crazy to hear I'm too busy. Well, like I said at the very beginning, we're all fucking busy. So what are you going to choose to prioritize today? Hopefully, you're going to choose to prioritize listening to the next badass episode because it's on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.